Hello everyone, my name is Moji. You're watching a Bitcoin Bubble news channel. Getting into Bitcoin in August 2024 would have been very early. In fact, it would have been the best time to put real money into Bitcoin at this time. $10 is great. You pay $30 and get 3 Bitcoins, which is cool. Plus, you can't say that you were making $3, $30, $300, or $3,000. That $12,000 thing you were doing was actually not possible. But you'll be 62 in August 2024, which is early. I've been early. Even though Bitcoin is volatile, it is still a great way to invest in the cryptocurrency market as it continues to change. The cryptocurrency has always shown that it can be strong and grow. If you're thinking about getting into crypto, now might be a good time to invest in Bitcoin. Compared to traditional assets, the market is still in its early stages. This gives early adopters an advantage for those who are ready to navigate the risks and rewards. Gary Cardone, a famous Bitcoiner, recently talked to political analyst Samuel Arms about his positive views on Bitcoin, changes in the energy market, and the future of the cryptocurrency industry. Cardone talked about how Bitcoin has the power to change things and how valuable it really is, especially as it becomes more popular with big investors and financial players. He told people who might want to trade in Bitcoin to think about getting in early on the cryptocurrency market. Watch conversation clips to learn more about what Gary Cardone talked about with Bitcoin Bubble. Secretary, you're doing something like sales, business development, or reporting, right? All of these things that usually happen in businesses will also happen here. What I look at is funny, right? I don't pay attention to the 1,000 people in the room. Look at the 100 people, or 10%, who choose to remain unknown. And sometimes I just show up without a name because I don't want anyone to call me out, because I just want to listen. I don't wish to be the subject. I really enjoy listening. If I could walk into one of those rooms without being recognized and just listen, no one would think I was stopping them from going on stage, and if they do ask me, I don't go. I want to listen sometimes. When 10% or 100 people are nameless, I wonder who they are. Some of them might be trying to figure out how to be like me. That's great. The others are probably there because they work for JP Chase and don't want everyone to know they're listening. After going to the last Bitcoin event, I can say for sure that it's happening because people came up to me and said, "Hey Gary, thanks bro, what's the point, man? I don't know you, I've been hearing you for 6 months." "Hi Goldman, who are you? You work at Goldman as Sam. Why do you listen so much?" "Oh, everyone on the team hears it." Then you meet a man from Merrill. "Okay man, we're hearing you. That's why I want to answer the first question you asked. What the heck is going on here?" Things like this are the most exciting because they let us tap into something we don't understand. That's why I do it for free, dude. I'm not interested in money. This is not something I want to have any money to do with right now. I really want to see what naturally happens. And I was a little scared to do this around Node 40 because being loud as a business owner isn't usually something people do, especially with the people I deal with. That's something else. I'm glad that Node 40 hasn't been criticized because of my ideas. And how we're going to run that business has nothing to do with what I think. I'm going to run the business the same way I've run all my other businesses. Morals and ethics, care for your client, don't push too much, always go above and beyond, and try to set a standard. Do not do anything that you would not like someone to do to you. It looks like a lot of people are really empty right now and need to fill up. They wish their lives had more to offer. Prices aren't being tracked, and I'm not telling you what to buy. More than anything else, my lesson is, hey, how do you live a really rich life that has nothing to do with making money? It's just a good life, right? Like a place where you're content and getting things done. I really think I'm seeing a lot of that when people go to school, spend $350,000, and have no idea what they're doing. When I talk to kids who are fresh out of college, I tell them, you don't know anything. It's sad that they think they do. He was excited about how the digital asset industry is naturally growing. He pointed out that people are becoming more interested in assets like Bitcoin not only because they can make them rich, but also because they can spark new ideas and give them a sense of purpose. Cardone thinks that Bitcoin's rise is a natural change in the financial world that hasn't been influenced by outside forces. He also thinks that investment in Bitcoin now could pay off big when the cryptocurrency market matures. According to rich people have already put their money into traditional assets like real estate and stocks, but they don't have much experience with Bitcoin. He said that less than 0.5% of the world's assets are given to Bitcoin, which makes it a very good investment. Cardone said that his rich friends might have wasted their money on expensive gifts by investing it in Bitcoin instead. We should go back to the talk to see more clips and hear more from Gary Cardone. So when I look at Bitcoin, I think, wow, that's the only thing rich people don't have. This is why I think Bitcoin is good. It's really simple. The amount of Bitcoin given to very rich people is, to begin with, less than 0.5% of all Bitcoin in circulation. It's going to 3 to 5%, but it's only 50% right now. So when I see something like Bitcoin, I think this is the only thing my brother doesn't have. He is now going to spend the same amount of Bitcoin as 1,000 on an aeroplane. In fact, Grant bought an aeroplane 4 years ago. It probably cost 4,000 Bitcoin. 4,000 Bitcoin. How much is that worth now? $2,500,000. And $600 million jets have been bought and sold in the last 3 or 4 years. Every single one of them is worth 1,000 Bitcoin. Every 3 or 4 years, these people change these planes for new ones. One thing I don't think people understand is how much money is stuck in this 10% and how much of that has already been put into almost every investment vehicle possible since the 1920s. That's why I think Bitcoin is a good investment. He didn't say that we wouldn't find any more oil though. He said, hey, the next piece could be $200, which is correct. We can always find it, Does it care about price? It's funny, but I think energy prices will drop even more because of the Bitcoin change. I think that in 2 or 3 years, the price of crude oil will be $50 to $60. That number will be it. That petrol will cost $2, and it will make its way into the market where it isn't getting to hubs yet. In fact, it's being taken out at the wellhead. It is a huge, huge shift for energy that you could make demand at the wellhead. It is a monster move. I think it will unlock another 20% on top of what we already have. We sell 118 billion cubic feet of petrol every day in this country, so I think you'll have 20 billion cubic feet more. If that 20 billion cubic feet a day were worth $1, it could be used to mine Bitcoin. Could we say that technology skewed Jurgen's judgment? Yes, and I think he didn't get Max's point about technology. Everyone is getting it wrong. After the fracking happened, he wrote another book with his whole theory. In it, he suggested that when they started fracking, it would speed up the peak supply. I could be wrong about this. None of this has taken place. Gary Cardone thinks that over the next 2 years, the cryptocurrency business will create millions of high-paying jobs with annual salaries of more than $250,000. These jobs, which include new ones in sales, business development, and reporting, will be very important for the digital economy to grow. Cardone, who often goes to events incognito to learn, noticed that about 10% of people there chose to stay anonymous. These people were probably from big companies like JP Chase. The region's economy could grow and progress a lot because of this link, creating new trade, business, and innovation opportunities. A $1 billion Bitcoin project called the Volcano Bond was supposed to pay for the building of Bitcoin City by mining Bitcoin with geothermal energy from volcanoes that aren't active. But the bond's release was pushed back, and Yellport's investment may now give the project the money it needs to move forward. The bond's delay slows down work, but the Yellport, California project still plans to buy heavy equipment and start dredging in LA Union by the end of the year. With this funding, Bitcoin City could become a center for cryptocurrency activity in El Salvador. President Nayib Bukele stressed how important the project was for El Salvador's growth and said that the country could become a leader in the Bitcoin industry.